Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you a game between Raul Capablanca and Karel Treybal, and I can't upload videos as I have some problems in making videos and other things, and now I would record. So okay, this is Raul Capablanca with Karel Treybal and Capablanca with white of course, and he had d4, d5. Now comes c4, and now c6, this love defense. So knight f3 and e6, and now bishop to g5. I always make videos with the chess.com board, but for some reasons there's some network problem here, so I make with foots. So okay, maybe I would always do with the foot. So bishop to g5 and bishop e7, and we have just created captures. And now knight b to d2, and I saw a load of knight b to d2 in Capablanca's game, and the point is, we will see. So f5, and this pawn structure e6 d5 f5, it should be done when this bishop was on g4. Because after you put the bishop on g4, then you can capture the knight and then move the bishop back and forth. But now this bishop is in the cage, of course, in c8. And it does nothing. So e3, and now knight to d7, and now come Capablanca's idea, bishop d3, because now if you go for this pawn captures, expecting bishop captures on c4, if you go for it, this doesn't work as knight captures on c4. And now there's a problem. This knight is active, and this knight would come into e5, then that's it, as there would be a load of ideas. So here knight to h6 was played. Let me just do something here. Okay, knight h6, and this, I don't know why this played, but first I don't know, but this knight is whenever to f7, where to d8 in the position you would see if you see the title of this video. So this knight would be, lightly, it makes something, but it defends something you would see. So castle and castle from black. So queen c2, just continuing development, and now g6, and this is just really awful position for black, as now you can see the cage here, b7, c6, d5, e6, f5, g6, h7. These are all light squares, and white has only a light square bishop, which is in a huge cage which cannot bring back into the game, as you would see. So g6, and now rook 8 the b1. On this rook 8 the b1, and now Capablanca prepares f4, but he will not play it immediately, as you would see. So knight f6, and now knight to e5. Okay, now comes knight to f7, and now f4, just strengthening, bishop to d7, and now knight d to f3, strengthening it, rook f to d8, and now b4 at last from Capablanca. So bishop to e8, just moving the bishop back and trying to get defenses for the knight. And also maybe you could play knight the move, knight h6, and now play bishop f7 and hope Capablanca takes the bishop, but Capablanca would not do it. Oh, what is this? Give me a sec. Bishop to e8. Okay, I don't know what this. Let me give a sec. Okay guys, it's so worked after c1. I made some mistakes, so I don't know where the one was. So woke up to c1, and now a6. And now, as you can see, all the pawns are in the light squares, and bishop is in the cage. So Capablanca needs to put all the pawns and make no pawn move, so that this bishop is useless. So a6, and now queen to f2 from Capablanca. Now you can go for some kingside pushes of the pawn. So knight captures on e5, knight captures on e5, and knight d7, offering the trade of knights, and Capablanca declares knight f3, and now rook d to c8, and now c5, and now here knight to f6, and now comes a4, and now knight knight g4, and this only attacks the queen, and now this knight is preparing knight h6, f7, and d8 to protect b7 and c6. So knight to g4 and queen e1, just moving the queen, and knight to h6 as planned, and h3 preparing g4. So knight f7, and now g4 of course. Bishop to d7 and rook to c2, preparing rook to g2. So now king h8 and rook to g2 of course, and now rook g8, just defending the g6 one, and now g5 of course, closing up the position to make the d7 bishop a useless piece. So queen d8, h4, rook queen, and now king g7. And at that position, when black played king h8, it was a bit better to play king g7, as now you have a move to play king f8 or some other moves. So h5 from white, because if you go for capture, then rook the h2, you can win back the pawn. So now rook h8 guarding h7, and now rook h2 defending the pawn, and now queen the c7. So now queen c3, putting the queen on the same line to the king, and also preparing queen b3, queen a3 to push some of the pawns on the queen side. So queen to d8 now, and now king to f2, and Capablanca makes some moves with the king for action. So queen c7 now back, rook beat the h. Let me just see this. Okay, and now rook beat the h1, and rook 8 to g8 now. Now preparing king f8, so this would be somewhat defensive on the king's side. So queen to a1 now from Capablanca, making a wasting move to allow black to make some mistakes. So queen to a1 and rook to b8. So queen a3 now from Capablanca, and rook beat to g8 back. So it's not that much better. So b5 now, even giving up the pawn. So a captures, and now not capturing immediately, but first h6 with the check, king to f8, and only now recaptures. If you go for captures, then you can win back the pawn by queen before or rook to b1. So king to e7, and now b6. So queen b8, and now if you look at the position, it's just a wall. It's just of pawns. As you can see, it makes a block in the position, and white needs to break down his position. I think it's a wall, also Chinese wall known to be. So rook to a1, and this wall formation is called the Chinese wall. Okay, so rook to, what is this? Oh my god, give me a second. Okay. King of fate, captures, and king to e7. Okay, rook to a1, and now rook to c8. Black has nothing, but white is more what he wants. So queen b4, now preparing rook to a7, and also in this position, if you go for queen a8, then you can just go for queen b2 and defend the rook, and on the a file of course. So queen b4, preparing rook to a7 to make a nice rook flip. Rook h to d8 now. Rook to a7, now comes king f8, there's nothing to be done. Rook to h1, preparing rook to a1. Now comes bishop to e8, now there's nothing to be done for black, then he makes some moves. Also rook h to e1, king to g8, and rook 1 to a4, king f8, and now queen a3 from Capablanca. And everybody knows what is this formation to works, and behind the queen, of course, it's the Alekhine's gun, where the queen strengthens both of the works. Everybody knows it. Maybe if you're new to chess and you don't know what is this is Alekhine's gun. the first time Alakind's gun was played by Alakind, I would do another video about it. So king to g8, and now king g3, and white is now winning here, as he could have finished it immediately with a move like bishop a6, as this now is a breakdown and this wins. So if you go for captures, you just recapture it, and now the thing is you go for b7, and of course you can promote it with rook b6 and rook a8. And the thing what goes here, if you go for rook to d7, then of course now you can go for ideas like, wait a second, there's some problems here. After bishop a6, if you don't capture it, instead you go for something like rook to d7. Now I made a wrong idea, so you can just go for captures, and rook a8 traps the queen. So after b captures on a6 and rook captures on a6, and now after black makes some decision, as there's nothing other moves than to play. Now you can just play b7, and if rook to d7, rook b6, and rook a8 is coming, and then you would lose a load of stuff. As if you can go for this, but this is the best. Of course, you can also go for rook to b6 as well. Not with this rook. With this rook, you can go for rook b6 and rook to a8 traps the pawn. And this is the one. So king g3 by Capablanca, and this also wins. So, but it's more nicer than it. So king h4 and king h8. There's nothing to be done. Queen to a1, king to g8, king to g3, and a load of stuff happened. The knight maneuvered, knight to a5, knight e8. And now Capablanca of course went for the move bishop a6, and b captures on a6, as there's no way to decline. As you can go for knight captures on b7, bishop captures on b7, all the movements. So because if you go for a knight, not knight, you can go for bishop also wins. You can capture here, and rook a8, rook 4 to a7 all wins. So you cannot make a mistake. So black captures and leaves the bishop on d7, and rook to e7 was played. And now comes the move from Capablanca. Of course, everybody can spot it. The monster fork with rook captures on d8 check, rook captures, and now knight captures on c6. And it was in this position that what's his name? Let me just give me a second. Okay, Karel Treybal resigned the game, as there's nothing more to be done. The point is, after you move the queen, you just capture one of the rooks, and then capture a6, and you win. So that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.